My dream was to be a YouTuber, but I never thought chasing my dreams blindly would lead me down a path where I'd question who I was. Last year, I wiped all of my videos from the internet, but the questions in my head never stopped. 2021 has been a really shitty year for nearly everyone. And to say it took a toll would be an understatement. It also completely shifted my perspective on things I considered important. Was fake validation from strangers online really worth more than losing friends and family? Throughout this last year, there were many instances where I was so close to giving up on my dreams. But the timeline had other plans.
1.3 times bigger.
Making videos has been a huge part of my life ever since I was a kid. Whether it be cringy skits with a bunch of friends or simply recording moments from my life. Creating these videos and being able to share stories through them has been something I've always enjoyed. But somewhere along the way, I lost myself in a world of chasing views and making videos for all the wrong reasons. And this is the story of how I became everything I ever hated. Finally done with my 12th and all my need exams are finally over. The days leading up to it was still getting to me. And this trip felt like a break. I don't know from what exactly, but it felt like a break. This trip to Mysore wasn't about Mysore, it was more about stepping out of your comfort zone. Everyone seems to love this idea of stepping out of your comfort zone, but no one really wants to be uncomfortable. On my third day there, I thought I'll go climb this water tower, but towards the end, I ended up chickening out. Did I just say chicken? However, I did end up talking to this uncle who was setting up his stall early in the morning, and that experience taught me so much more than I would have laid in bed scrolling Instagram. But nobody's home. There ain't no love like our love. There ain't no love like our love.
Oh, look at that smoke. My goodness.
Like
Oh my god, now how did you get full of smoke?
love. People having sheep mentality. There could be a snake within this, and I would have no idea. I mean, we'll find out. I feel like a lot of the times people tend to show sheep mentality, especially under stressful conditions. The other day when I was in Mysore, the other day, but that was literally like months ago now, but I shouldn't be spoiling the continuity. That day there was a huge jam at the palace because they'd closed the exit, and people would rather be all tensed up and take the blame on others than actually take action. Actually, if it was any other day, I would have just gone by sitting in the car waiting and maybe even pay the security some fees and then get out of there. But I just had that thing in me, like spark. I literally walked out of the car, went and moved the barricades and let all the cars. And it's small moments like those that really define you. And there's literally this family milking a cow right now, and I feel like an idiot sitting on rocks talking to a camera. Oh, must have a cross. Oh my god, holy shit. Questioning right now if I should go explore that place. You know, vlogging in the public ain't bad, bro. No one's judging me. I've been making this video for so long that I don't even know what the video is anymore, and it feels like I'm stuck in a loop where every 1 or 2 days of productivity is followed by a week of doing nothing. I've literally been planning this video from like the past 9 months. It's been 12 months now. That's an entire year. It felt like I was hit by a wall, and when I say that, I mean 12 different scripts, 3 sets of voiceovers, 100 hours into editing, 260 gigabytes of footage, and no idea what to do with it. It would be easy if I was to create a delusional struggle to make me look like a hero, but I'm living in the uncertainty that I'm talking about, and I don't know what the takeaway is. Any effort seemed pointless, and it didn't help that progress wasn't quantitative. But that's when I read Will Smith's book and came across a quote from his dad. The only way to get out of the rut was to not think about the wall, but rather to focus on placing the next few bricks perfectly.
It zoomed into your pimples. Bought it. He's going on his own. Bro, how did he not see us? Oh my god, he's actually going up. He ನೋಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು
They drop it off outside. No, someone picked it up and stole it and ran.
Oh no.
This is Kanishk. I first met Kanishk when I was probably 5 or 6 years old. I don't know if this is relatable at all, but Kanishk was the guy who would get everything first, and I was the guy who would basically copy anything. He'd get Minecraft, and I would go beg my parents for Minecraft.
Today I am going to be joined by Star.
Kanish starts watching a show, I watch that show. Kanish plays Call of Duty, I start playing Call of Duty. Kanish joins karate, well, you can. That's just who we were, except for the one thing that I had on him: YouTube. I started YouTube before him.
Snap that camera.
I will sue you if you use those clips, okay?
What do you think about like my older videos?
Very clickbaity titles. There was very. It's not you. Like, I won't deny they made me laugh. They were funny. They were good. It got you progress. It got you the views. Why they were like Logan Paul before the freaking Japan thing.
Bro,
just going for the views, whatever happened.
He made a mistake which I think like anyone can make. Once you're stuck in that bubble, like you're gone.
It just becomes like a normal thing.
I keep thinking about how I ended up there. It's not like I regret it because it was a learning curve. What was I thinking at that point? Asking people to subscribe in Metro, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I guess it just boils down to the fact that you have bad inspirations, bad set of goals. That along with being stuck in a bubble of fake validation, it kind of creates for a mindset where you just devaluate anything that comes at you. Like, it's part of the game, but like, I don't know if it's worth playing that game.
Like, if I was going to start from the ground up, say I had no support from anyone, I would start with the more crazy stuff. And then once you have support, then you do what you really want. The algorithm will favor you. Until then,
I don't think that's true at all. Like, I think YouTube still pushes you a lot if you just make good videos.
yeah, I do agree with that.
I was fully burnt out and I couldn't create videos even if I wanted to. Can't believe I'm quoting the great Logan Paul right now, but Burnout is very much an exhaustion from being inauthentic for so long. God damn. Why do you stop making videos?
You're very clearly passionate about, you know, sharing stories, about filmmaking, all of this kind of stuff. Whereas for me, I had that phase when I was like, I don't really want to. I didn't have that passion or desire to become famous or, just making YouTube videos. And weirdly enough, I'm very happy to just be normal. Do what I want.
be normal.
I just don't need to share it on a camera.
Yeah, no.
You know how I am. I'm the most weird but awesome person alive.
I asked you to keep this natural.
Hey, this is natural. This is
This
how
is the
I
most
am.
natural. To add to the preface, well, it's not really a preface at this point, but on a surface level, the problems that I state in this video might seem like really good problems to have for some people, but that isn't my intention at all, and I don't want this to be some sort of cry for sympathy or anything of that sort.
I love the manager role. If you need a manager, phew, I'm there. But the actual being in front of the camera, it's like one of those fourth wall.
Don't get me wrong, I'm privileged. I'm very much privileged, but this is just me documenting my journey in an attempt to make use of my privilege to create art in hopes to inspire you and in hopes to leave behind a legacy. Yeah. Whether it be not knowing which college I'm going to join or just the fact that everyone around me either already had or were just about to join college, it was quite a new and alienating experience. To put it plainly, it sucked. Well, at least at the time it did. Sometimes shit just doesn't go your way and you bet uncertainty is waiting right around the corner. At the time, I think I craved clarity more than anything else, and in order to make sense of things, I decided to go visit my old apartment where I grew up. This feels so nostalgic, holy shit. Coming back here feels kind of weird. It's very nostalgic and weird at the same time. Everything feels so small, it's just weird coming back here. This was my room. This is Surj. The first time I met him, Surj was that friend who you make videos with. And at the time he loved photography. Now he makes rap songs. Roaming around the apartment, sitting on the terrace and shooting some random project. These were all things too familiar. It's been nearly 3 years since I met Surj, and it's crazy to think about how we've all grown over the years and become individuals of our own experiences. And yet it didn't feel different at all. Instead, it felt as if nothing ever changed, and it felt as though we were the same young kids making videos for fun.